This is the Hot Wheels Cunningham C4R. I love this car because it reminds me a lot of an Nash-Heeley that my dad had when I was a kid. I apologize that the turntable video isn't that good, so here's a still that I took. The lighting was just difficult for some reason on the turntable. It's a little play-worn, has a real heavy paint coating on it. It's a cool car. Now, according to Wikipedia, only 2 actual Cunningham C4R roadsters were built. Oh, and I don't know what that is in the casting. It's like goop, clay? I don't know. Anyhow, only 2 actual cars were built. They debuted at the 1952 24 Hours of Le Mans. They were powered by a Chrysler 5.4-liter V8. And it finished in 4th position behind 2 Mercedes and a Nash-Heeley. Now, Hot Wheels produced a lot more of this car. They started in 2001 and ended in 2009. They produced it in white, dark blue, and champagne. But I'm going to do something a little bit different. As you can see, I'm sanding the heck out of this casting, because I want to get it polished up, and I'm going to try something a little bit different. So it took some work. I had to sand the heck out of it and then wet sand it. You can see it's been polished once at that point, but it still wasn't good enough. So then I sanded more of the areas that were rough and just went back and forth through this process until I got it to the point that I thought was as good as it was going to get. The polishing is kind of relaxing too. So it's good when you see the casting really start to come around. Still wasn't quite there at that point. So yeah, back to the wet sanding of some areas. It seems like a tedious process, but it was when I first started doing this stuff. And then I started to see the beauty in it and started to take the time to do it. And that made it more fun, to be honest with you. It wasn't a burden, and I wasn't trying to rush through the castings. So once I had it ready, I hit it with that Metalcast silver color coat. Don't confuse that with the base coat. This is truly the clear coating, just like the reds and the blues. It's a color coat. And you can see the result. It ends up coming out basically a black chrome. I wasn't sure where it was going to end up, to be honest with you. But I could tell it wasn't just going to be a shiny chrome. If I wanted just shiny chrome, I just would have hit that polished casting with clear and called it a day. I did want a darker color to it, and this actually got me there. It took several very light coats to get it to work, and the reflections, it's metallic. It's a metallic coat. So some of the reflections are just kind of interesting in some areas. You'll hit it in some spots, and it's just so shiny that it's almost like it's not painted. And then you hit another angle, and it obviously is. I did paint in details using some of the Army Painter paints, the Sharpie marker. Did the 2 little tail lights I did with the Sharpie marker, and now I'm hitting those with the Tamiya Clear Red. One thing I forgot until after I had put it on the turntable at the end the first time and done the glamour shots, I failed to paint the side pipes. So I ended up adding the side pipes after I thought I was done. I did add a 3D printed steering wheel to it. Man, that was a pain. Did the little seat belts in blue. Did some of the gauges on the dash, that kind of thing. So most of that detail is hidden because of the design of the car. And I thought I was stupid for painting the passenger side seat belts until I put it together and I realized, oh, you actually do see those. So as you can see, I popped the wheels off, and I'm cleaning the bottom. I'm going to detail the bottom. The glass had it yellowed a little bit. I thought it was yellowed plastic, and as it turns out, it was just dirty plastic. So I washed that up and then hit it with the flitz. This is just such a tiny little part, it's difficult. I did have to sand it a little bit too, but used a Q-tip to get around that little curved glass, which seemed to work okay. I really wasn't able to get in there well using my fingers or the cloth. And then, yep, gauzy time, even for this tiny little thing. Especially since I had sanded it, prior to polishing it. The gauzy always, in any situation where I've sanded and then polished, no matter how good it looks, the gauzy always makes it look better. So I was careful though. As you can see, I have the tweezers through a hole that's in the plastic there. That hole is used to locate that glass on the underside of the casting itself. There's a pin that goes into that hole. So I needed to be careful that didn't get clogged up. The base, I didn't do anything fancy with the base. I just went over it with the silver Sharpie. Damn, I'm good. Look at that. In case you're curious, this is 10 times normal speed. So yeah, I'm not close to that quick. Has a tubular chassis, so I did that. You can see the exhaust pipe. You would have thought I would have remembered the side exhausts, because obviously there's the pipes there on the bottom that lead to the sides. But yeah, I forgot. I did have it. In the very final shots now, you'll see that they're there. But yeah, at the time, I don't know what I was thinking. And yep, I'm making it a Redline. I looked at other wheels on this, and for a lot of castings, it's tough to beat the look of the Redlines. And maybe it's just because I was a kid who remembers when Redlines first came out. I was there in '68. I remember wearing the buttons that came with the cars on my shirt, thinking they were just the greatest things ever. But, yeah, both of those shot off the end of the fencing pliers when I squeezed them the first time. But, made up the Redlines to go on there. Again, those are wheels from Bright Vision, and printed up the bearings. They're just real simple little tiny 3D print. Just sizing them up there to see that they look okay. And then once I had them where I wanted them, I just glued the axles into place. And there you basically have what went into this. It's not a super complicated build. I'm very happy with the results though. This is one that I'm not sure what it is about it. I just found this super appealing. And again, maybe it's the connection to like the Nash-Heeley. Yeah, the side pipes aren't painted there. Yeah, it's funny how sometimes you don't notice things. But I love the look of that thing with those Redlines. I think just that added color makes it look pretty snazzy. The black chrome, it's an interesting look. I'm not sure it works in a lot of cases. I think it really works on this. I can think some cars that would look really good with it and some that just, I don't know. I don't think they would look as good. Now I've got those little side pipes painted in. You can see it towards the back half under the door there is all that comes out of those pipes. So there's some glamour shots coming up. I hope you like this build. I had fun with it. it's a cool little car. I think it looks good in this color. I hope you agree. I almost went with the metallic blue, and then I thought, no, I want to do something different than what Hot Wheels did. So there you have it, the Cunningham C4R. Thank you for watching this video, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe if you like this. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Special thanks also to my Patreon members for all of their support. And everybody, stay safe and healthy out there. Catch you in the next one.